Hello there, and welcome to another exciting day in the galaxy. And today I want to talk about formation armadas. They are quite new still in the Starfleet game we are all playing in Star Trek Fleet Command, and they are a bit more complicated than normal armadas because you have different versions of beating them and so on. And so I want to give you an introduction. I quickly have to stop my ship so I can show you everything. You see, there are three lightened up triangles there. Each of them is one armada, but only if all three of them are destroyed at the same time you get the full rewards, and that's what I meant with more complicated. You see that three armadas have been started. No matter when you start an armada there, if another one has started it already, the countdown will be the same for everyone. So if the Armada has been started by the first one 3 minutes ago, you will only get the remaining time. You will not get the full 7 minutes. Those Armadas take 7 minutes. And you saw they just joined and they only get the same 5 minutes 45 like the others already have. That's one important point. And the other important point is what you need to do those armadas, but I quickly will join that. You see, the armada strength is 9.8 million, roughly. And to beat it, you will have to get as close as you can to those 9.8 million because they are tough. So it's not like on normal armadas where on an uncommon, like this is an uncommon by the way, you can just do with about a little bit more than half or with a little bit more than a third if your research is better. No, you will need to get close to those 9.8 million. And this is one of the three armadas that my alliance started, which I joined. Now we have more than 10 million because I sent in my little D4 with almost 8 million. And so that's not a problem. And with my research and everything, with my 8 million D4, I could do this one alone, but I don't need to. Those formation armadas are in the Delta Quadrant. They are in only three systems, the small ones that you can do in the beginning when you are able to join your alliance to do them. They are here in Uxal, where we are right now. They are in Kalak, and they are in Miranil. And that's the only ones with level 30 formation armadas. There are more armadas in the systems around, but they are higher. And so if you get started with formation armada, stick to the 30s. They are the lowest, but already have 9.8 million. And another difference to other armadas is no matter who starts, there are always 4 slots in these armadas. So your Armada control center doesn't matter here. Even if I start with an Armada control center that gives me 6 slots for an Armada, I only have 4 on formation armadas, and someone else from my alliance with on a lower level has just 2 slots. But when he starts a formation armada, he does have the 4 slots, and so it's always the same. To start it, you need formation armada directives, not the normal uncommon directives. They are special directives you can earn in your dailies as well, and sometimes from events and so on. And we are in an formation armada event at the moment. That's why I don't do formation armadas between those events, because at the moment they are regularly coming. And for the time being, I wouldn't do formation armadas outside of events. Just save your directives for the event. And you just have to wait then that the countdown goes down. And you have to hope that if other alliances, like in this case, just give me a better view, joined this triple armada, that they brought ships that are strong enough to beat their part of this triple armada. And in this case, let's have a quick look. They have 7.2 million, but I guess there's someone with better research, and yeah, that should work. That's 7 million. Yeah, they are higher level players there with better research, so 7 million should be enough to do that. But as I said, when you're starting and your research is not that great, especially some research on the Delta Quadrant, try to get as close to the 9.8 million as you can, because the other alliances here can ruin it for my alliance with regard to the rewards, because there are more rewards if all three of them are destroyed. You can do these armadas by just doing one of the three, but you get less rewards. And so if one of the other two alliances fail, we all get less rewards from this formation armada, and that's not that nice. You can do it with whatever ship you want. You just have to get the numbers, and you see now that we are full. We have about 12 million. Our third of the armada should be done very easily. I already finished the event that is running about the formation armadas at the moment, but some people have not in my alliance and they need the points, but the one who started has a ship that is not that strong, and so they asked me to join in just to give the power that it works. And if I send in the ships, even if I don't need the points, the others are guaranteed that they get the points, and so of course I'm happy to help my alliance members with this armada. Now the countdown is running out, and you will see that all three are attacked simultaneously. The system is quite funny sometimes about which one is killed when. It was fun that ours was killed last, although we were the strongest. But you see, all of them are gone. The whole system is gone, and that means that we get the full rewards. And so let's have a look on the battle protocol of the formation armada, and there we see the rewards. You see it's defeated. By the way, it was green before I clicked it. If you only do one of the three, it will be yellow and show just a partly victory, and then you get less rewards. You see on the top right it says defeated nodes 3 of 3. That's why it's green. If you only do one of those, or there's just one alliance that joins in on another node, then you get a 2 of 3 or something, then it's yellow and you don't get all rewards. By the way, it doesn't matter how many alliances this are. You can do all 3 nodes with your alliance if you have enough members there, and 3 different members start those. You even can take part with 3 ships. The same rule applies that you can only have one of your ships in one armada, but you can have one ship in each of those 3/3 of this big armada, and that is possible. So 4 people can do the whole triple armada here, and if necessary, that's possible. So, but those formation armadas have an ability, and I want to keep that quiet as well. If the formation armada target attacks an interceptor at the start of the round, the formation armada target's isolytic defense is reduced by 20% for that round. Isolytic defense is something they invented now with when they brought in the Voyager, but I talk about that one in another video. But it affects these armadas. But we wanted to have a look at the rewards. You see there's the normal rewards, that's the artifact tokens that are used for artifact restoration in the artifact section of the store. And you get them by defeating formation armadas, but there are 2 chests. There's the reward chest and the mega chest. And we have those 2 because all 3 of those armada thirds have been destroyed. And so let's claim the mega chest. That is 1,500 artifact tokens. Let's just collect them. And then we have the reward chest. And there you usually find artifact shards. So this time the Orb of Prosperity, and you can upgrade it or restore it in the artifact section on your station. So let's collect them too. The whole artifact section on the station I will talk about in another video when I talk about building. But now that's the formation armadas. And so you have to wait for them to respawn, as you can see it right here. And then the whole thing starts again. Now the first one, I'm sorry, I have to correct myself. It's more than 8 minutes, not 7. I somehow had 7 in my head. I don't know why. Something must be 7 minutes, but this one is more than 8 minutes. But about half the time of a normal Armada. That's why I always keep in my head, especially for flying times. And it's the Delta Quadrant. It's a bit further out, although my ships now don't need that much time to get there. But in the beginning, you will need more time. So the timing of an Armada is important. Like with the Cardassian ones, they are shorter, and you have to always calculate when you start to tell your people before you start, so they have the opportunity to get there in time. And if we do this one alone, there will only be a yellow battle protocol and the less rewards. But for this event, it doesn't matter, because in this event, it just counts the damage you do to a formation armada. But for the moment, I think that's enough about the formation armada. You saw how it works. You see the next one's coming in, and still only 6 minutes 50, because the countdown was started already by my alliance. And if another one comes 1 minute before the end, the countdown for them will be 1 minute. And that is always the case. There was some trouble with those level 30 formation armadas in the beginning when they invented them, because none of them worked at some point, and that in the middle of an event that was not so nice. But now they are all working again, and you can do those events. But I want to keep it at that with formation armadas. You know, I try to keep the video short just to give you some simple facts on a certain detail, and that's the same I will do today. But if you're interested in more ships, events, crews, or buildings or something, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.